Hey everybody, you're listening to Clarity and Conviction. This is the podcast for founders, brand builders, and creators who want to move people with their message and build something that lasts. I'm the host, Adam Stacey. I'm the founder of the 3C storytelling system, and every episode is designed to help you lead with clarity, build with connection, and sell with conviction. Let's get into it. In this episode, I'm going to look at why is storytelling your brand's superpower? Well, before I get into that, let me just say, from a young age, I was definitely the kind of kid who couldn't put books down. I've got hundreds of books. I played sports. Basketball was my thing. I played and coached, and I love video games. I still do. I was up till 2 a.m. playing Halo with my brothers. But there was another part of me, that where I was also deep in other worlds. When I should have been asleep, certainly when I was a teenager, where I was investing in heroes facing impossible odds, fighting evil, wrestling with destiny, or just trying to survive and stay true to who they were. So to give you an idea, just some books I plucked off my bookshelf, Lord of the Rings. I think I was like 12, 13 years old when I read that marathon it was. Chronicles of Thomas Covenant. This is epic fantasy. This is unbelievable. And then The Wheel of Time, Robert Jordan. This is now an epic TV series, but, again, just epic fantasy that just took me away to a different place. But these stories just, they didn't just entertain me, they shaped how I see the world. But what's always stood out, wasn't just the hero's power, it was the guide. That quiet mentor, the one who didn't chase the spotlight, but gave the heroes the tools, the belief, the clarity to become, kind of who they were meant to be. So that's what this episode is all about, how storytelling powers great marketing and how your customer is the hero of your brand. So story is how we make sense of the world. It's how our brains are wired. From Fireside Legends to Netflix binges, we crave transformation, meaning and connection. In business and in life, people don't buy products. They buy a better version of themselves. They buy progress. They buy the story they want to live. But here's the mistake most brands make. They cast themselves as the hero. Too many businesses put themselves at the center of the story. You've seen it often, and on homepages and, the front of their catalogs. We're the best. We've been in business for 10 years. We're the experts. But in a real story, the hero starts off uncertain, overwhelmed, and facing a real problem. That's not you, that's your customer. Frodo didn't know how to destroy the ring. Rand al'Thor didn't understand his power. Even Thomas Covenant didn't want to be the chosen one. They all needed a guide. Gandalf, Moraine, Banner and the Bloodguard. In business, you are that guide. Your role is to bring empathy and authority. For example, I understand what you're facing and I can help you get through it. These are the kind of things that your customer wants to hear. When you shift your brand from hero to guide, your story becomes about them and your message finally resonates. Here's where most marketing advice breaks down. We've been taught to think in funnels that, customers move from awareness to interest to action, like clean water down a pipe. But let me tell you, people aren't pipes, they are people. They don't move in straight lines. They move in and out. They ghost. They get curious again. Sometimes they refer a friend to your business before they've even bought anything themselves. So I started thinking differently. That's when I created the 3C Story Circle. It's not a funnel. It's not even a loop. It's a series of concentric rings, 4 of them, based on who someone becomes as they journey deeper into your brand story. So let me walk you through it. So on the outer ring, we have the listener. They've seen you, they've heard you, maybe they follow you, but they're passive. They haven't stepped into the story yet. Then you come in, you have the engager. They are curious. They're asking questions, they're exploring your content, they're dipping a toe in, but they're still kind of unsure. Then we come in to the hero. They've made the leap. They've bought, joined, started the journey. They're no longer just listening, they're becoming. Then right in the middle, the hero advocate. They've lived the transformation. They now carry your story. They refer, defend, evangelize, not because you paid them to, but because you've helped them become someone new. So the question isn't where are people in your funnel, it's where are they in the story? What ring are they in? And what do they need next to move closer to the center? This model isn't about conversions, it's about gravitational pull. The deeper someone goes, the more your story becomes their story. And when you build a brand around that kind of identity shift, you don't just create buyers, you create believers. So here's your shift. So I think really you should stop shouting about your greatness, start guiding people into their own greatness. Your Customer is the hero, your brand is the guide, the villain is confusion, inaction, overwhelm, whatever's standing in their way. And when you structure your messaging around, that journey, when you help someone move from listener to hero advocate all the way in, that's when your marketing becomes magnetic. That's when your story moves people because it's not yours anymore, it's theirs. So let me ask you something. Where are your people in the 3C story circle? Are they listening? Are they on the edge, engaging, or are they ready to become the hero? Better yet, who are your hero advocates? Who is the center of your universe? If you're ready to map your own brand story using this model, then head over to 3cstorytelling.com. From there, you can grab yourself a free brand story map. You can also join my community free, or you're more than welcome to message me on LinkedIn or Instagram. But just tell me who the hero is in your brand. I read everyone, and remember, you don't need to be louder. You don't need to be aligned. The story doesn't start with you. It starts with the person you serve. Anyway, hope that makes sense. Thanks for listening to Clarity and Conviction. I'll see you in the next episode.